Chicago's home to over 7,000 restaurants, and some of these have even been here long before World War II. From the oldest soul food restaurant to the first ever taqueria to the restaurant where Al Capone himself used to eat. Chicago's home to so many historic restaurants, and today we're going to be exploring them. First restaurant that we're at is actually called the Berghoff. It's a German restaurant. It's the first ever liquor license in Chicago. Alright, let's start off with some history of the Berghoff. The Berghoff opened back in 1898 by a German immigrant called Hermann Burgoff. The restaurant has been open for over 100 years and is actually the first ever restaurant in Chicago to get a liquor license. So imagine being able to say you have the first one of these. Pretty cool, right? Well, the Berghoff has actually done some pretty cool stuff through its 100-year history. They started off by setting up a stand in the Chicago World Fair back in 1893, and things were so successful that they ended up opening this restaurant. And they started off by serving a beer for a nickel with a free sandwich on the side. Talk about a steal, right? Well, they also survived Prohibition, a time when alcohol was illegal, by creating the famous root beer known as Burgoff. And finally, in 1969, they changed from an all-male bar to be more inclusive and allow women in the bar. And who was the first woman to be served? Well, none other than the famous Gloria Steinem. Now, enough about the history. Let's give our review. So, because we're at a German restaurant and they're known for beer, we got some of the more popular beers. Misa didn't get his beer because he forgot his license. Yeah, so me and Eric are gonna be sharing a beer. You should get the root beer actually. That's like the more classic, you feel me? And then also, since it is a German restaurant, we're going with a German dish, which is gonna be the sausage trio. And then we also got a Bavarian pretzel, which Eric has probably been dying to eat for the past like 5 minutes. What is it? Is this like mustard?
You guys didn't wait for me? What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that was good, dude. Not bad. Okay, so we got our food. We got the sausage trio. It looks like it might not be as good, but it might be actually pretty good. But before that, let's try our drinks real quick. Cheers, cheers, cheers. You got the root beer?
You got the root beer, I'm only 16.
All right, let's go.
This is actually pretty good.
Yeah, this is actually pretty fire. You know,
I can hate beer, bro.
And now for the food. Let's go. All right, ready?
I don't even want to try it, but I mean, I have to, I guess. Yeah, for the video, right?
Yeah.
Check it out. I'm not, no, you can go.
Right. So the sausage trio has bratwurst, knockwurst, and smoked Thuringer, served with sauerkraut and German potato salad. So, I've never had German food, so let's see. Dude, that's really good. Try this one. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Actually, I'm gonna take back my comment about this. I'm gonna give it like a 7.
Okay.
Like
I'll try it. I'll try it.
Aftertaste.
Is it hot?
No. No? Okay. So you don't like the food, obviously, because you don't like sausage. But like for somebody that does, do you think they would enjoy it?
I think for a glizzy lover.
Nah, so it's glizzy lover approved, I guess. What do you think? Yeah. What do you think about the experience? Like, you know, the how the place looks.
It's nice. It's
you know,
nice.
like
yeah,
the vibe.
I like it. I really do like it.
But yeah, you know, I mean, this is German. I guess this is like German cuisine. I like it. I'm a huge fan, not gonna lie. But you know, it's okay not to like it. Especially Eric. He doesn't love sausages. So what can we say? Okay, so for this one, you know, we did the taco video, and that one we were kind of rated it on the food. This time we're gonna rate the restaurants on how like historic it feels, since we are focusing on the most historic restaurants. So we'll start off with Misa. What do you give this place?
For the history of Chicago, I would maybe give it an 8, just because they have a lot of paintings, and if you look around, you'll see that it's just more of a, I guess, when Chicago was founded. So I do really enjoy that, so I would give it around an 8.
What about you, Eric?
I would personally give it a 9. I like it a lot. Like, it looks really nice.
Even though like you weren't a fan of the food, you still give it a 9. You think people would recommend it? I'll definitely give it a 9. Definitely come check this place out. So much history. We're done here at the Berghoff, so we're actually going to the next restaurant. Wait.
You can't be coming here without chugging the beer. We gotta tap into the German culture, and I need you to chug those beers.
No, both beers. No. I'll do one. For everybody watching, please drink responsibly. Don't do something like this. This is kind of dumb. Okay.
Alright, I'm just saying, I think it would have been disrespectful if you would have left that beer.
No, yeah, you're right. All right, guys, now it's time to move on to the next one. Jesus. So just like the best taco in Chicago video, we'll be giving a final average rating to each restaurant in order to find the restaurant we think is the most historic in Chicago. We were giving ratings out of 10 throughout the video, but the final rating will be out of 5 stars. Misa gave the Berghoff an 8, and both me and Eric gave it a 9. So the final score for the Berghoff is 4.33 stars. Now, if you thought this restaurant was cool, then wait until the rest of the video where we'll be visiting the first ever taqueria in Chicago and the restaurant where Al Capone used to visit all the time. So make sure to keep watching. Now, let's take a little trip to the south side. So now for a little history. St. Rest Country Kitchen opened back in 1972 by Reverend Larry Hopkins and his wife Sophia. And this is the oldest black-owned soul food restaurant in Chicago. Talk about being historical, right? Well, the vision for Larry and his wife were to create a restaurant that felt like home, and that is still followed to this day. The general manager once said, as soon as you walk through the doors, everyone is family. That's just how it is down south back in the day. And this belief can be felt as soon as you walk in those doors, which is why it's been able to stay open for so long and attract some celebrities throughout the years, including a basketball player that you might or might not know that goes by the name Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago!
Anyways, let's enjoy some soul food. Back here, we got some food. The way this works is you get like kind of like a restaurant style way. You pick your meat, you pick your sides, and you get like these little corn muffins, and then you get to enjoy the food. So we're here, we're gonna try it out. Thoughts? Pretty good, right? I'm telling you, bro, dude, this is the first time I tried soul food, but it's so good, bro. It's so flavorful.
I just think it's not that much.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more beef, but very nice. That is so good. So for the oldest soul food restaurant in Chicago, it's been here for over 50 years. What would you give it in a rating? Just in terms of like the way that it looks, the way that it makes you feel.
Honestly, a 9 on this one.
9 too.
Yeah, this one's good.
Why a 9?
Because it looks really nice.
Kind of feels like grandma's like kitchen, right? Mom's
literally,
cooking.
yeah,
Yeah, I would give it a 9. Like you said, it was like home, but at the same time, like we come in, right? The burger was just extremely nice.
The lady was really nice, bro. She welcomed us perfect.
No, yeah, definitely me too. I give it a 9, maybe 9.5. Just the way that everybody was so welcoming. You know, everybody was making us feel like home. It feels like you're at mom's like kitchen, just with like, you know, the decor, and also everybody just makes you feel welcome. Like they could obviously tell this was their first time here, but the fact that they made us feel so like at home and homey, and you know, kind of guided us on what to try. Amazing place here. Definitely makes you feel like it's like I'm back in time. I don't know. It feels nice. It feels like I'm like a kid again, sitting at mom's kitchen. 9 out of 10. And I think soul food. What do you think of the soul food?
It was good.
Yeah. You? Yeah, I like it too. First time trying soul food, man, and honestly, it's a dub. I like it.
I say that we already can see the comments already and saying that what we first got wasn't not real, authentic soul food, so we had to go get some more.
Yeah,
so
I know.
tell them what this is.
All right, so this is a turkey leg. That's a big ass turkey, man. We got some green beans, and then we got some candied yams, right? We're gonna try those. I think this also speaks authentic soul food, so we wanted to get the whole experience because I know some of you guys are probably gonna comment, you guys didn't, you guys should have tried this, you guys should have tried that. So let's go ahead and try these.
Is it a little spicy?
A little bit, right? Mm-hmm. That was good.
Dude, I really like that.
That's so good, bro.
I really like that. That's
Oh
like
my god.
That's good.
Dude, that thing's so good. What the
Tastes pretty much
fuck?
like sweet potato.
Yeah, I don't know what's in there, bro, but it's so good. It's solid.
I like a lot of salt on my meat, but it's still pretty good. Well, I mean, it just that was just amazing.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm gonna go to that. Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. I think my rating, you know, we had already given our ratings, but we had to try one more food. I think I'll probably bump it up to like a 9.25, maybe a 9.5, just because of the candy yams, dude. As soon as you taste them, amazing, right? Now for real, we're actually moving on to the next place. So we'll see you guys at Vito and Nick's. Okay, so after trying soul food for the first time ever, we have our final rating. Misa and Eric both gave it a 9, and I gave it a 9.5. So the final score for St. Rest Country Kitchen is 4.58 stars, but let's just round it up to 4.6. So far, that's the highest rating of the video. Let's see if any of the other places can beat this. Now, time for another Southside staple. Alright, so right now we're at Vito and Nick's, one of the most famous pizza places in Chicago. Eric's been hyped for the pizza since like the beginning of this video, so we're actually gonna go get his favorite food now and see what he thinks, okay? Let's go. Vito and Nick's was established back in 1923 by Italian immigrants Vito and Mary Baracco. They started off by serving Italian sandwiches and sausages, but in 1946, everything changed. Their son Nick returned from World War II and had to convince his mom to serve the now famous tavern-style pizza, which many people claim to be the real Chicago-style pizza and not deep dish. Fast forward to today, where it's been in lots of TV shows and even recognized by the Pizza Hall of Fame. I didn't even know that was a thing. So if you want some quality pizza in Chicago, well, now you know where to go. But Vito and Nick still likes to keep that nostalgia feeling by not offering delivery, reservations, and you can only pay in cash. Now that's pretty historic if you ask me. So let's see what the boys and I think. It definitely feels like very old and like, not like old in a bad way, but like it kind of makes me feel like I'm back like maybe in the 80s, 90s. I mean, I wasn't alive during that time, but it kind of makes me feel like that. You can see right there, we have the music thing. I don't know what that is. Yeah, is it a jukebox? I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but this kind of reminds me of like Stranger Things, like the 80s type of thing, you know? And it kind of gives you those vibes, especially with like the Christmas lights. If you take a look like over there. All right, so we got their most famous pizza, which they said was the beef in giardiniera on one half, and then one half on cheese, because we wanted to see just how good the pizza is by itself. So we're gonna try. What do you guys want to try first?
Cheese.
Cheese? Okay, well I'll try cheese. So go ahead and grab your pieces. Are you ready? No?
I'll give it like a 5.
A 5? Why?
I just think it's too thin. Like it doesn't have that even much sauce. The dough is pretty thin. Like I usually get thin crust. It's good, but quantity, I guess, maybe like a 5. But quality, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what bro was yapping about. The pizza was good. I like it. Let me tell you the giardiniera one. That's good. No, solid. Like a solid 7.5.
I give it an 8.5.
8.5?
Actually good. Like, it's not
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna enjoy our pizza.
No disrespect.
You could find this pizza at Walmart.
Dude, I already know you're about to get a bunch of hate over that. No, but honestly, okay, I thought the pizza was good. The vibe's definitely amazing. Makes you feel like I'm in the 80s. What would you give this in terms of ranking? Like for historic?
9.5. I really like
9.5? What about you?
It's like an 8. It's pretty nice in here. Similar to the other places.
I think I also give it a 9.5, dude, because I feel like when I step in here, it just feels like we're in a whole different world, right? Like just by like the scenery, just by everything, like from the furniture, what you have around you. It just feels like I said, it feels like you're in Stranger Things. But yeah, overall, 9.5. I think it's probably the highest rating. If it wasn't for me, it says 8. We're going on to the next one that's a little bit more common with the channel. We're going to go to Los Comales, the first ever taqueria in Chicago. So Vito and Nick's has appeared in the Pizza Hall of Fame, but Misa wasn't a huge fan of it, only giving it an 8. Meanwhile, both Eric and I gave it a 9.5, so the final score is 4.5 stars, so just slightly under St. Rest Country Kitchen. That means that only leaves us with 2 more restaurants, one of them being the one where Al Capone used to visit all the time. So make sure to keep watching. Now, let's go for something a little more familiar in the channel. Los Comales was established in 1973 by Camerino González Valle. He started off by selling tacos from his van outside the famous Aragon Ballroom and eventually established the first ever taqueria in Chicago, where he introduced authentic Mexico City style tacos, something that was pretty rare back in the day. Eventually, Los Comales grew into a very popular chain around the city and suburbs that during their peak, they had 25 locations scattered all over the area. But apart from being very popular for its food, Camerino's vision of Los Comales was to create a place for immigrants to find comfort and community. He even helped his employees with immigration paperwork to qualify for amnesty during the 1980s. And not only that, but he also helped break gender norms by hiring immigrant women for positions that were generally held by men, like cooking on the plancha. Pretty cool guy, right? And if you decide to stop by Los Comales, you can see his entire journey on the mural that was created for their 50th anniversary. Now, let's see what the boys and I think of this place. So we're at Los Comales, and we've been seeing your comments that you guys have been telling us to check out all these different taquerias in Chicago. So we're actually going to be making a part 2. It's going to be coming in the next couple of months. I don't know when, but it will be coming here sometime for sure. So make sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for that video because I know how much you guys have been checking it out. And maybe we might check out your favorite spot. So stay tuned. Okay, so we got our tacos. It's time to try them. Salsa roja, salsa verde. What are you thinking? Green. Green? I bet. So we get some verde. You guys already know the vibe. Oh my God, I made a mess. All right, let's go.
Pretty good. 9 out of 10.
These are really good too. I'd give it like a solid 9. I feel like you can't go wrong with Los Comales. And shout out Camerino for building this restaurant. All right, so in terms of rating, like historic rating, what would you give this place?
Yeah, 9?
Yeah, I kind of give it a 9.5. There might be a little bit of bias coming in there. It just makes me feel like I'm like in Mexico or something. I like it a lot here. I'll give it a 9.5, maybe like a 9.5 to keep it a little fair. Nisa?
As you mentioned, since I'm Mexican, I'm probably going to be biased, so I'd probably give it a 9. Like, I can relate to everything in here, so it does feel like at home. But overall, I mean, I just think it's a nice place, just like all the others.
I can definitely see how like people immigrating from Mexico for the first time would love to come here because it makes them feel just like back at home. Food is delicious. The vibes are just great, man. I mean, there's people from other races here too, not just Mexicans. You know, it just makes you feel welcome. And yeah, I mean, now we're gonna go visit what you're all probably been waiting for, which is the restaurant where Al Capone himself used to go. So we're about to head over there, show you guys the last restaurant of the video. Gotta love my Mexican food, man. I gave it a 9.5. Meanwhile, Misa and Eric both gave it a 9, so that means that Los Comales has a final rating of 4.58 stars. But let's also round it up to 4.6. Now, things are getting a little interesting because both St. Rest Country Kitchen and Los Comales are tied for first. So will the last restaurant of the video, the one where Al Capone would visit all the time, beat St. Rest and Los Comales? Well, let's head over there and find out. So the last place that we came to is actually called the Green Mill Jazz Club? It's a jazz club, right? The Green Mill has been around since 1907, but back then it was just a quiet bar called Pop Morse's Roadhouse. But in 1910, a new owner took over and rebranded it to the Green Mill Gardens and turned it into a huge jazz club with live shows and alcohol flowing all night. But then Prohibition hit, and that's when Al Capone and his crew showed up. Al Capone had a favorite booth near the wall where he could watch both doors and never get snuck up on, which happens to be the booth that we're sitting in. And yeah, there was also tunnels under the club in case they needed a quick getaway or to move things quietly. But apart from the dangerous activities that were happening here, this place has seen gangsters, jazz legends, police raids, and is still open today. The Green Mill isn't just a bar, it's a part of Chicago's amazing history. Now, let's see what the boys and I think.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that is nasty. I don't know what that is, bro.
I don't know what he gave us.
So we had a drink. So obviously, they weren't that good. In terms of history and like just like rating it in terms of history, what would you give it?
I would say this would be the one I rate the highest.
Yeah.
Just because it feels like they. I mean, it might sound kind of bogus, like they didn't really upgrade anything.
Yeah.
In general, everything looks like from what I assume would be back when Al Capone was here.
I feel like I'm in the 1930s, 40s. I don't know. It feels nice. You know, like it feels like I'm back in time. I'd give it a 10, honestly, in terms of review, because it does feel like I'm like way back in time.
I would give it I think the lighting really does it for me too. Besides like the scenery, the lighting really helps it.
I would personally give it like a solid 9.5. It's pretty nice out here.
All right, I didn't expect almost a perfect score, but the Green Mill got both a 10 from me and Misa, and a 9.5 from Eric. So that gives it a final rating of, drumroll please, 4.92 stars. So even though we weren't huge fans of their drinks and they didn't serve food, the whole purpose of this video was to find the most historic restaurant of Chicago, and we managed to do that. So make sure to take some time out of your day and visit these places if you ever feel like stepping back in time and appreciating the beautiful city of Chicago.